Good morning, Wall Street winners. It is Friday, July the 10th. And if we take a look at the Bloomberg, two of our major indices, the S&P 500 and NASDAQ, oh, it just flipped. So the S&P was negative. It's now positive slightly. The NASDAQ was negative and it is still negative. And then the Dow is positive. So we are seeing on the NASDAQ today a release of SK Heinen. So an ADR, American Depository Receipts. This is basically a share listing in the US on the NASDAQ exchange that represents the Korean company's shares on the Korean exchange, the KOSPI. So it is 6 times oversubscribed. We're going to see a lot of money flow into SK Heinen today, likely bumping that price, potentially some money coming out of Micron to balance things out in portfolios, but likely coming out of other semiconductor stocks and shifting over into SK Heinen as an ADR that's listed now in the US. That said, I'm thinking that we're going to have a positive day on the NASDAQ by the end of the day, and we should see financials get a nice boost. Let's start at the top of the Yahoo Finance app here, and if we take a look at health and retail, the only retail stock I would be buying right now is Costco because it dropped. Its biggest drop in, I'm not sure how many years, but a lot of years, happened yesterday. I think it's an attractive long-term purchase at this point. We get into oil and gas with the conflict still going on between the US and Iran. Oil is up today, and crude futures for August 26 are up as well, but now only slightly. I think oil is probably a good buy going into earnings because earnings are going to be up based on the price of gas in the last quarter globally. We get into technology and you can see there's a bit of a pullback in your semis. So Texas Instruments is off, Applied Materials is off, NVIDIA is off, Micron is off. But I think we're going to see a bump in SK Heinen. So we're probably seeing some selling, some money being taken out of those shares. We also have a narrative coming out of Morgan Stanley where one of their analysts is saying now's the time to be selling your semi stocks and moving into hyperscalers. And that is driving the price up of companies like Meta. Meta making a huge announcement in the last week that they're going to start selling their overcapacities in these data centers that they've been pumping hundreds of billions of dollars into building out and developing, where they have this amazing AI technology and platform that they can now resell to customers, large and small. That said, that's a whole new business model for Meta. So it's not going to be an easy flick of the switch and they're going to start generating money. So be interesting to see how they come about implementing that. But I think Meta is going to run another couple $100 into earnings this quarter. So that could be a good stock to get into now. I think Google's going to have a good run, and it's at a recent low anyway for the last couple of months. It's been dropping from the 380s down now to the mid 350s. I think it's a steal going into earnings, and I think TSM is